Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and this time we are going to repair a Samsung refrigerator of those that have two doors, one above and one below, but they are the ones that dispense water and ice maker. So before starting I remind you to like this video. Yes. If you like my content, then subscribe, comment, share. If you want to support me with becoming a member or a donation, all the data is in the description, and you can follow us on the Facebook page. Well, check how to disassemble this. Practically, it's quite easy. You're already seeing it in the video. These refrigerators, they practically bring a flaw, but it is not a flaw, since it is a design flaw, not so much that it has been damaged. These do not bring bimetals, so from the beginning do not think that it is bimetal. These bring sensors of environmental sensors. Well, here what is happening, check out how pink the fan, that which means that there is already ice obstructing the ventilation that goes to the refrigerator. What you can do with this is to change all this plastic part with the styrofoams, but there are some models that do not sell them, so I am going to show you how to solve it here in this video. So stay until the end, since I'm going to give you tips throughout the video that will suit you quite a lot. It doesn't last long, so stay. And here to start you have to have your refrigerator disconnected. Let's check the ice resistance. Remember that the ice resistance should give us a reading in ohms depending on the resistance of the resistance goes to redundancy. Then here it is marking us its resistance. That's fine. And we also have to check the environmental sensor. You can check a video where we check the environmental sensors. How they are tested is quite easy. It is easier to check it than a bimetal, so do not be afraid of this type of refrigerators. And here, as you can mark, it marks us 5.2 kilos. I think they are. I can't see well, but when you touch the sensor or environmental, what you should. If it happens, it must be that the resistance must go down, since the attribute of these sensors, or rather of that refrigerator, but almost in most of them, is that the higher the heat, the lower the resistance, and the greater the cold, the greater the resistance. Then what does this mean? Because the step of voltages and all this is not going to go into so much detail for the card to interpret well, since it is all thawed and everything is missing. But what I do, the rest is going to continue doing it, is that the water drainage duct is clogged. Then when it thaws, that duct is dirty and a puddle of water is generated below. When the fan starts to work, that same water in this plastic part, look, all this here is filled with a puddle of water. Then when the fan works, all that water freezes it, but around the fan, not necessarily because the refrigerator has a fault, but because it is damaged or clogged. The refrigerator drain vents. This because it happens. It can be, or it can be a trash, or also the design. So I am going to give some tips to unclog it quickly. This is easy to use. You pour water anyway. We are going to defrost all this part to remove all the ice. It can also be done with hot water as soon as it dries well before putting it on, or let it dry by itself. And look, here we are going to see the drain. Here you must check that it does not have anything of ice here. Check thoroughly. It has a little water, but well, I already poured some hot water. With hot water and with a sanitizer clean the entire pipe. Then you can also roll a copper wire to the resistor and put it there so that ice it also melts when the heating element heats up, heats the wire and does not cover it. Such I hope you have understood me. There is the resistance. You can only see, wrap a piece of wire and nail it in there. This will cause it to freeze, which to avoid. Freeze the drain. Now we're going to defrost this part, since here is also something that I have to teach you. I already removed all these covers and everything, just like you removed weapon is not something, so it's not so difficult to teach you step by step. But here, check out this part here. This is where the ice is, but it has already inflated, so where it has very raised peaks, as here very high edges, you have to crush it. It is already hot, or as ingenious scrapes it. I read something, not carving because the styrofoam is going to come off, but crushing, generating pressure too. That the shape grabs a little bit again. The styrofoam, if you don't do it, will be covered again quickly. Look here, we already have it more or less thawed a little smoother, and then we are going to proceed to assemble. Remember that it should not have any ice. And that's it, it's all that's left is to put it together and well, it's over. I hope you like this taste of the subscribe and see you until next time, ciao.